With Disney Lorcana kind of sweeping the nation right now, I mean, you guys have seen it all over the place now, right? From social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, people just cannot get enough of Disney Lorcana. It's basically just sweeping the nation, content all abound, people scalping Walmarts and Targets again. It's just crazy what's happening right now. And with it kind of being out for just about almost a month now, I kind of want to do a different video for you guys. I kind of want to just sit down and just talk, do like almost a full-on review of Disney's Lorcana. I want to talk about things that I really like, things that I don't like, and things that make me very nervous for the future of this card game. So welcome to a full-on Disney Lorcana review. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Table of Madness, and yes, we are going to be doing something completely different here on this channel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you just one-on-one. Kind of want to talk about Disney Lorcana, the full review of it, or at least my opinion, my full review opinion of Disney Lorcana. Things that I really like, things that I don't like, and things that worry me. Again, the good, the bad, the ugly, basically. But before I do that, before I lose you, please right now, if you're watching this video, please do me the big favor, just hitting that thumbs up button. Hopefully, if you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Let me start off this conversation. This is something I've been marinating on for a while now. I kind of wanted to do this for a little bit. I had this idea weeks ago, just wanted to sit down, just talk about things that I like, things that I don't like, but I kind of wanted to wait a little bit. I just want to just jump right in. I kind of want to see how things played out a little bit, especially amongst the community of Disney Lorcana. Is this game really taking off? Because I mean, if it didn't take off, then what's the point then? But clearly that didn't happen. I mean, this game's really taken everything by storm. It's really, I think, going to be in the long term. This is going to be a major player amongst TCGs, in my opinion. And I also want to start here with my opinion on just the game itself. Let me be very clear up front with you guys. I actually like Disney Lorcana. I think the game is a ton of fun. It's just a lot of fun. It's very easy to learn, easy to digest for any new TCG player. If you're someone who's never played a card game, you could probably pick this up and learn it like that. So just wanted to be upfront and be transparent with you guys. I actually like the game. So before anybody jumps down my throat, because there are some things that I have a major issue with. So before anybody kind of like, maybe jumps in the comments saying like, oh, you're just trashing. I'm not trashing Lorcana. I like the game, so let me get that out of the way. There are some things I really like. There's a lot of things actually I like. There's a lot of things in that good section, but there are some major issues. So just want to start off with that. So let's start off with just the good, right? The good about Disney Lorcana. And let's start right here. Simplicity. The simplicity of this game, like I just mentioned earlier, kind of alluded to it earlier, you can pick up this game and learn like that. Anybody who's never played a card game before can pretty much pick up this card game and learn it. It's very easy. There's not a whole lot of complex mechanics going on here. It's very easy to learn. There's only 3 types of cards. You have your character cards, your item cards, and your action cards. I'm going to go ahead and show some examples of this type of stuff too. But if you're someone who wanted to like teach somebody this card game, you can probably teach them within like an hour or two. It's not complicated. And if you're someone who's ever wanted to pick up and learn a card game, this is very easy to pick up and learn. And if you're someone who's always been like, maybe like, I want to jump in and learn how to play Magic the Gathering, right? One of the most popular card games. Very hard to teach somebody Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of nuances, a lot of mechanics and rules and the way the stack works and all this, instances and mana, and you're learning all these things. Disney Lorcana kind of removes all of that and makes it very easy to digest. Okay, so I alluded to, again, how simple this card game is. You can pick it up, learn it pretty easily, and I mentioned that there are 3 types of cards. And I'm just going to, again, show you real quickly what I'm talking about and why something like this is excellent for any new and old TCG players, right? If you're very familiar with Magic the Gathering, you pick up this game like that. Here's a character card, pretty simple. This is the cost. This is their power, this is their health, right? I know it's not what it's actually called, but if you were just to teach somebody simple terminology, simple understanding of a game, right? Basically, you can tell them like, this is your character, this is their power, this is their health, this little symbol right here, when you exert it, which is one of the mechanics, that's how you gain lores, and that's the amount of lores you would gain is basically that symbol right there. Easy to understand. Action cards. You can tell somebody, hey, this is an action card. It's got a one-time use. You do the thing, it's done. And basically right here, chosen character gains rush this turn. They can challenge the turn they are played. It's easy. They even put like what the keyword rush means. Again, I like that. Very simple. There's the cost again. Okay, so let's move on to your next one. You got item cards. You tell them, hey, these item cards you play, they stay on the field, and then they do some things for you. Straighten hair. You have to have the little symbol right there that says you tap it or exert it to remove up to 1 damage from chosen character. As if that wasn't easy enough, here's another example of a character card with actual ability. It's cost 1 power, 2 health, 1 lore, but he actually has an ability right here. It says support. Whenever this character quest, you may add their, again, strength or power to the chosen's character that, other chosen characters' strength and power. So basically you're taking their 1, adding it to another character. Again, easy to learn. Here's another character card. This one costs 3 power, 2 health, gives you 2 lore, and so on and so on. You can see the examples. It's very simple. And of course, it's an easy, you would give these examples to someone you were maybe teaching. And then, of course, you can go to a little more complicated characters because there's not many complicated characters, but there's a couple in there. Again, very simple. Like that about Disney Lorcana. How about another action card? Freeze. There's the cost. Exert chosen character. And then you can see, hey, this symbol's different from all the other symbols that I'm noticing. What's the difference? Well, this card can't go into your resource or can't go into your inkwell. What's an inkwell? Your inkwell is the cards that you place down that you tap and pay for to play these cards that have these costs. Again, these are simple mechanics. Anybody can learn and pick up this game within minutes. Stolen Scimitar, another item. It's got slash. Chosen character gets +1 strength this turn. If a character named Aladdin is chosen, he gets +2 instead. Again, easy to understand that. And of course, there's one other action card I kind of want to talk about real quick. There are songs in Disney Lorcana. A character with 5 or more costs can tap to sing this card. Again, easy. Is that 5 or more? No? Okay, then he can't tap to sing the song. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. Again, very, very simple if you were familiar with Magic the Gathering, or if you're familiar with Pokemon too. Professor's Research. If you're familiar with Magic the Gathering, that's the wheel. Discard your hand, draw new cards. Very, very simple to learn. Another thing that's very good for Disney Lorcana is iconic. Disney Lorcana, I mean, it doesn't get more iconic. Disney in general doesn't get more iconic. Whether you hate Disney or love Disney, everybody is familiar with Disney. Disney is so iconic. From the generation from the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, all the way up until now. There is a character that everybody can be familiar with. There's plenty of generations in there that, grew up with Disney. The old school Disney all the way up to new school Disney. That is something that is excellent and why it makes it so popular right out of the gate. Disney Lorcana bursted onto the scene immediately. At least I thought, oh wow, this is something that's going to be recognizable. It's very iconic. You had characters that were also in there, from the Steamboat Mickey to Mickey Mouse the Sorcerer, Mickey Mouse the Rogue. There was all different types. You had Goofy in there. I mean, these are characters that you just fall in love with from your childhood all the way up until now. Because it was so iconic, it made it so relatable. There were people that don't even care about trading card games that were like, oh my god, Disney made a trading card game? I can't tell you how many countless videos I probably saw of husbands telling their wives, oh my god, did you see that Disney's coming out with a new card game? And immediately they would pick up or learn how to play or pick it up and just be like, I just want to collect all the cards in the world. That right there is a very good formula, and that is the reason why it is so damn popular. It's just because it has Disney on it right there. That right there is an unrecognizable logo. Again, I can't use this word enough. I'm going to sound like a broken record. Iconic. When you can burst onto the scene as an iconic card game in your first set, you're gonna make some waves in some inroads in the trading card game, right? One thing that Magic Gathering has for so many years is that it's become iconic. They reprint all the old school cards, and immediately people are like, they gravitate to those type of cards. Disney didn't have to do that. Disney just bursted onto the scene and was like, here we are, we're Disney, boom, that's it, we're done. Again, I saw so many videos of husbands telling their wives this because they know that a lot of their wives don't care about trading card games, but they do care about Disney. And if Disney has a new trading card game, they do one of two things. It would be fun to open up packs with them, or it'd be fun to finally kind of like drag them into the trading card world and have a game that they can sit down and play with their wives, play with their families, and immediately have an understanding. And again, that ties into with simplicity. If it's easy to learn, new people can jump right into this game with both feet. If it's iconic, people are going to gravitate to that and going to have a willingness to learn the card game. Simple, iconic, got something good going there. Another thing that was really good for Disney Lorcana is that they kind of spread the wealth a little bit. They didn't just come out with booster boxes. No, they had lots of products. Lots of products was very good for Disney Lorcana. You had booster box, you had the Lumineers Treasure Trove, and you had this little gift box set. Each 3 items had their own unique MSRP. The booster boxes, again, specifically talking about MSRP, okay? Not talking about what the prices are now. We'll get to that in a little bit. MSRP for the booster boxes, I believe it's supposed to be $149.99. The Lumineers Treasure Trove is about $49.99, and I believe the gift boxes, I want to say, is $24.99. I'm going off just by memory here. It might be $20. And then, of course, we had 3 starter decks, all at $14.99, which is all great pricings, right? You have pricings in the upper tier for booster boxes, all the way down to the lower tier for that gift box sets that you can easily purchase, you could have easily purchased if it was at MSRP. Not the case anymore. Again, we're going to get to that in a little bit. But because they had such a diverse opportunities of different type of products, made it easier for people, again, to be like, oh, I can just buy booster boxes, or I can buy Lumineer Treasure Trove, which the Lumineer Treasure Trove gave you guys unique deck boxes, unique tokens, 8 packs, give you a full-on rule book. Whether you think that's worth it or not, it was unique and allowed Disney Lorcana to be sold, though, into the bigger box stores like the Walmarts and Targets. One thing that I've always said that Pokemon does very well, and Magic the Gathering does, they don't just offer the booster boxes. No, they offer up a diverse, different type of products, right? If it's Pokemon, you got the ETBs, the EX boxes, the V boxes, the tins. I mean, Pokemon does, I think, the best job out of everybody. I mean, there are products all around the board right here. Again, tins, ETBs, starter decks, dual decks, like you name it, Pokemon probably has it for you, and at all different prices ranges, which is fantastic for Pokemon because not everybody can afford $100, $120 booster boxes. So some people can only afford $30 to $40 worth of V boxes or EX boxes. Well, you can buy 2 of those with that, stuff like that was very good. I like to see that Disney Lorcana at least tried to replicate that a little bit. I think more needs to be done for that. Not just for Disney Lorcana, I think all companies should be doing that. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be doing it. I think Digimon, One Piece, all of them should be doing it. But at least Disney Lorcana right out of the gate started doing it. So that was very good for them. Again, booster boxes, Lumineer Trove, gift boxes, 3 different starter decks. I would like to see a little bit more of maybe some collector sets with some nice promos, alternative arts, stuff like that. I think would be fan-freaking-tastic. They also offered up some sleeves as well, some own Disney Lorcana custom sleeves with I believe Elsa, and I think Captain Hook was on another one. That's very good as well. It does seem like the quality was pretty good. I know the Lumineer Trove, the deck boxes that were inside of them were complete crap in my opinion. I think they can do better than that. Or I personally just get rid of those deck boxes. How about you add a promo and an extra pack of cards? I think those 2 things alone would make the Lumineer Trove actually a lot better for the future. And last but not least, the one thing I really do like about Disney Lorcana that I want to talk about is their pull rates. Pull rates so far seem to be fantastic. To be clear, you get 4 booster boxes in a case. In that case, there are anywhere between 1 to 2 enchanted rares, and I believe the actual count on it is 1.5. So in other words, more times than not, you will get 2 enchanted rares in a total case of Disney Lorcana booster boxes. The fact that there's 4 boxes to a case and the pull rates are 1.5 to 2 on enchanted rares on that case, you're going to get a very good return on your investment. Pull rates just in general are very good. You get guaranteed super rares, legendaries, and again, 1 in every 2 booster boxes out of a case will get you that enchanted rare, which is the real chase card that everybody wants. Those pull rates are very good, but I do want to talk about the Lumineers Trove. The Lumineer Trove, so far I've had 3 of them in my hand. I did 1 on the channel, 2 off channel. The pull rates for that were fantastic as well. I got a ton of super rares and 1 to 2 legendaries in every Lumineers Trove. If that is, it seems like, again, I had 3 of them, so it seems like that's the guarantee out of it. That is fantastic as well. I can't tell you how many times I've opened up an ETB or an MTG gift set or a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector set and you just don't get anything because nothing's really guaranteed in those. You're really just banking on a lottery ticket. if Lorcana can stick with this pull ratio, even on their smaller products, like the Lumineer Troves, I haven't tested out the gift boxes, I haven't even been able to even find one on the shelves, but if I were able to get one, I would open up on the channel and just see what's inside. Those gift boxes have 4 packs of cards, so probably pull rate's probably not that great in that one, but the Lumineer Trove seems to be fantastic. The booster boxes are fantastic. I mean, again, you're watching videos, everybody's pulling all of these enchanted rares, so the fact that we're getting that kind of pull ratio on a booster box and a Lumineer Trove that's excellent recipe for success. Disney Lorcana, you should not go away from that at all. People just want those chase cards, that hit, that dopamine effect, that rushes to your brain when you get that excitement when you're holding that card that you want. Especially, like I said, there's 4 booster boxes to a case. The enchanted rare is the most highest rarity you can get in a set. And the fact that there's 1.5 to 2 in every 4 booster boxes, that's an excellent pull ratio. Disney Lorcana, you should not stray away from that. So that is all the things I have for their good section. Again, simplicity, it's iconic, good pull rates, and a good diverse on their products. Again, from the booster box, Lumineer Troves, gift sets, 3 different starter decks, excuse me. All that, very, very good. Now, let's move on to the bad. All right, so for the bad column, and again, don't be mad at me for saying this, but it is true when I say it. The first thing that's bad with Disney Lorcana is it's a Magic the Gathering knockoff. Again, that's not saying that that's a terrible thing, but the reason why I have this in a bad category is because you have to actually ask yourself this question. People are already addicted to whatever their card game is. Magic the Gathering being probably the most popular card game. How many of those people are going to stop playing Magic the Gathering and immediately jump over to Disney Lorcana? Think about that for a second. I imagine the number is not going to be 0. There are going to be a lot of people. As a matter of fact, you were seeing a lot of people on Reddit especially saying like, hey, I'm done with Magic the Gathering. Disney Lorcana's here. It's a simpler version of Magic the Gathering. I'm tired of Magic the Gathering, tired of their business practices. I'm going to go jump over and play Disney Lorcana. That's my new card game. Okay, that's fair. That is totally fair. But with that being said, being that it is Magic the Gathering knockoff, and they did, Wizards of the Coast did, I believe, file a lawsuit against Disney Lorcana, and I know Upper Deck did as well. I'm not sure. I know Upper Deck for sure did. Not 100% sure about Wizards of the Coast, but again, they were basically saying like, hey, you're basically stealing all our mechanics. These mechanics are right from Magic the Gathering, and they're not totally wrong about that. Again, the gameplay eerily similar to Magic the Gathering, just a more simpler version than Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has a wide diverse of rules and very complex. The mechanics, the way the stack works, the way instances work, the way the rules work, the mana base, mana rocks, artifacts, like it's a lot to keep up with. And maybe that's why a lot of people are jumping. I don't think it's so much for the business practices. Maybe some people are just like, man, I just cannot keep up with Magic the Gathering. The amount of sets they make, the commander decks, the products, like, dude, I'm just gonna go jump over to Disney. It's brand new, it's fresh. And I get that, I really do. But that's why I have it in the bad category, because I imagine if Disney Lorcana wants to try to pull away a lot of people that are playing Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, One Piece, well, again, the most popular in my opinion is Magic the Gathering. So if Disney Lorcana is a kind of a knockoff of that game, I can't imagine there being, you know, hundreds of thousands, let alone millions that are just gonna be like, nah, I'm done playing Magic the Gathering. I'm gonna go play Disney Lorcana. I can't imagine there being a ton. There's a lot of people that I've seen this too. For every person that there was saying like, hey, I'm gonna go jump over to Disney Lorcana, there were a lot of people saying like, man, I would like to, but I mean, let's be real. The way the market works, the way we're constantly getting flooded with product, just constantly, just in our faces, and being like, oh my god, I cannot keep up anymore. I just got to stick with my one game. There were a lot of people just saying that, being like, I'm just going to stick to Magic the Gathering. And there weren't just Magic the Gathering players either. There were a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon that were just like, man, this is just my card game. I can't imagine me investing more time and money to another card game. Especially with, there's another thing that's very bad. It's going to perfect segue to go into what I think is also really going to hurt Disney Lorcana is the prices. The prices are just ridiculous right now, and that's going to be its biggest Achilles heel going forward is that Disney Lorcana and Ravensburgers, they really need to get a handle on these damn prices. These prices are astronomical. And the fact that there's people out there still buying it at these ridiculous prices, and I'm going to show you guys some examples here in just a second over on TCG Player and kind of really drill home my point. Just the fact that these prices, again, you're seeing, you maybe want to jump into Disney Lorcana. Okay, I'm going to go buy some sealed products. These prices you ain't. Not especially if you invest a lot of time into Magic the Gathering, into Pokemon, into Digimon. These card games are no longer inexpensive. They are expensive now. So if you're someone who's sitting there being like, oh, there's a new game, I'm gonna go check this game out. Okay, you start with the starter decks. Okay, maybe I like it. Let's go buy some singles. Let's go buy some sealed products. Sealed products are through the roof. Singles are just as expensive. If you want to actually build a decent deck, man, it is very expensive, and I'm going to be building some budget decks, and I'm going to show you guys some optimal decks, and that's a whole nother video, and I don't want to jump off topic here, but the prices, man, Ravensburgers, you really need to get a handle on that, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alrighty, guys, we are now here at TCG Player, and again, real quick, if you guys are enjoying this type of content, you're enjoying this video, please do me a big favor to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, again, consider hitting that subscribe button. Alright, so let's talk about prices. So again, I told you guys 4 boxes to a case. So if you were just looking to, you know, buy a case of Disney Lorcana, that's the price it's going to run you. And again, TCG usually has some of the lowest prices. So I just want to go ahead and show this too. This is their sales history. You guys can see nothing below $1,000. And let's see how far back we can really go. So we're at 823. 821. I mean, I'm going as fast as I can here. I mean, look how far back. Okay, 6/6/2023. The lowest price for a sealed case, $1,200. Again, talking about prices, this is why it falls right under the bad category. These prices are just ridiculous. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'll buy a booster box. Right now, a booster box is gonna run you $400, guys. This is just ridiculous. And again, you're saying to yourself, has it always been this bad? Answer to that question, absolutely. You can just look right here, 9.6 going all the way down, 9.5, we're at 389, nothing below 300. When I purchased my booster box, I paid, I want to say it was like 250, 260 for mine, and people were like, that's ridiculous. And I said, listen, I just want to get a booster box just so I can open it, have the experience, you know, show off a little content for you guys. At this point now, I'm staying far away from sealed products. I mean, look at these prices, guys. Look at all this. You seeing all these prices? Nothing below $300. At this point, if you want to get below 300, how far back do we have to go to get below 300? Let's see. Not missing it. 298 right there. 9/1, the official release, September 1st. And there's another one right there. These prices are just a killer right now. It's gonna really hurt. We talk about 3 times the MSRP. This is really gonna hurt Disney Lorcana. Here's another one, the Illuminator Treasure Trove. This is, you know, 3 times the price right there. $128.99 plus shipping and handling. So you're at $134, $155, $123. If you hit that sales, view the sales history there again, $100, $120, $100 there, double the price. These prices for sealed product is just insane. And even just the cards alone, you guys can see that's the enchanted rare. But if you would actually, again, I alluded to this earlier, if you would actually build somewhat a competitive deck, look at the Rapunzel, Elsa, Maleficent, and Belle. Do you think those prices are bad? How about just the rares, a lower rarity? Lilo, Making a Wish, $20. Be Prepared, $14.80. Cusco, $14.95. Maui, Hero to All, $11. Maleficent, $10. I mean, these cards, these prices, man, Ravensburger, you really got to get a handle on this. Because this cannot last. Otherwise, nobody can get into this game long term. This cannot survive. So you just saw the prices over on TCG Player. We're talking astronomical numbers, far removed from their MSRP. Lumineers Probe going for 3 times the price. Booster boxes going for almost 3 times the price. Again, MSRP on the booster boxes, guys, supposed to be $149.99, which even I think that is a little too high for a booster box. But you've seen the price now. We're talking about $400 for a booster box. Again, almost 3 times the price, guys. Lumineer Treasure Trove, $49.99, going for $139.99. These prices, man, it's really bad to see this. And again, this is going to be Disney Lorcana's Achilles heel, that anybody from middle class and below, unfortunately, they're probably going to say to themselves, like, I want to get into this game, but I just can't at these prices. So those are the two things I just have for just the bad for Disney Lorcana. And again, if you guys think I'm missing something, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below. Love to hear from some of you guys as well. Again, we went over the good. That's all I have for the bad. Just two things really. That it's an MTG knockoff, Magic the Gathering knockoff, basically, which, again, it's not a terrible thing, but it is a bad thing because, again, I don't think you're going to be able to pull a lot of those players over to your game. And then the other thing that I have in the bad category, guys, is prices. Prices are just unbelievable right now. So that's the good, that's the bad. Now let's get into the ugly. The first thing I want to talk about as far as ugly goes is the company Ravensburgers. Let me be very clear about something to all inspiring card companies, game, if you're someone who's out there and you have a company and you're looking to dive into the TCG market, especially when you know, I mean, I don't know how this wasn't like clear as day to them. You're Disney Lorcana. Again, Disney, I said in the good, you're iconic. So if you know this about yourselves, why are you guys not prepared on release day? Why are you guys not flooding the market? I mean, Ravensburgers have since then have come out and said we're going to be reprinting set. Okay, you guys should have been doing that on day one. Day one. Where's my microphone? Let me get nice and close. Day one. Day one. You guys have got to do that day one. If you're an aspiring card company, again, hear that warning. Be prepared. One thing that makes me very wary for the future of Disney Lorcana is just who is distributing this game. Ravensburger, to my knowledge, is a puzzle and board game company. They are not familiar with how trading card games work. I don't think they clearly were not prepared. But the fact that they were not prepared, it's how, like, I don't want to use the word delusional because that's such a harsh word, but in my opinion, they were delusional. They probably were sitting back like, oh, we are more than prepared. No, you guys weren't even close. You guys weren't even close to prepared. People are just flooding your markets. You guys saw the prices, right? You guys saw, and people, you can see right there from the selling history on TCG Player. People are not stopping. I mean, I think these booster boxes can go as high as $500. I don't think people are going to stop. I just don't see that happening because even the individual cards are worth a lot of money. And because of just, whether that's, for better or for worse, dollars are attached to this cardboard. I understand people are going to say, it's just cardboard. Sorry, we don't live in that world anymore. There are dollar signs attached to it. Ever since the Pokemon phase during the COVID era happened, we have never recovered. We probably never will recover from that. So that's one ugly thing, is just the company, again, ill-prepared. Hopefully they can clean this up. Hopefully they can start getting... just a way to do it, honestly, is just flood the market. Just flood the market. There's many booster boxes. Don't stop. Keep printing. Print until the cards are almost worthless. I don't care. I don't give a damn at that point. Just print it. Print it so much that these booster boxes and these card prices come drastically down. And if you're flooding the market, and there's plenty of places for people to go and get this product at MSRP, which is hopefully what you should be aiming to do, if you can do it at MSRP and you can flood the market, there's enough there for everybody, and there's enough supply that hits the demand for the people out there, and they can get their hands on these products at MSRP, you will see the prices drastically come right back down to earth, which is what this game so desperately needs to happen right now. There's one more thing that I'm going to attach to the ugly column here, and that is the community. And what I mean specifically about the community, I mean people. I mean, you guys saw it right there. You guys saw how many people purchased booster boxes on TCG Player. It is not stopping. It is going as high. One of the problems that we're seeing right now with Disney Lorcana is just the sheer fact that no matter how much these prices go up, people are still just going to buy it. And that's because we live in a day and age full of content. Content is king now. And as long as you can pump out that content, baby, prices be damned at that point. It does not matter to people. It does not matter how high they go. It doesn't matter if only the upper 10% can get it and everybody else down below cannot. It doesn't matter, man. Content is king. That's just pretty much where we're at. And that's why I said the community at large. When I mean the community, I mean the scalpers, by the way. I'm not talking about people that actually sit down and want to play Disney Lorcana. I'm not talking about the people that, actually sit down, have a play group, go to your locals, actually buy the card singles, build decks. I'm not talking about the players of Disney Lorcana. I'm talking specifically about people that are only in it for the content, people that are only in it for the money, the scalpers. You see people, I mean, I'm a vendor, so I see a lot of this at my local Walmarts and Targets. People are just harassing already the people that stock the shelves over at the trading cards section. I see it all the time. As I'm walking right by, I see them all already lined up to go get it. This is very reminiscing of the Pokemon era, where it just got so ugly that it just hurts the card game itself. Because people forget, at the end of the day, this is supposed to be a card game. It's supposed to be a card game too for kids and for adults alike. Hopefully that you can sit down at your table, play a game with your kids, play a game with your wife, and hopefully bring, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to play with the younger generation and bring that younger generation in. So people like me who have kids, who want to sit down and teach their sons or teach their wives how to play this game, and then the hopes that it then brings everybody else with them, because that's how you eventually get everybody attached to your card game, and that's how you get multiple generations, and that's how you keep a card game going for 10 plus years. You have to bring that generation with you. People can't do it with these type of prices, and people, you know, especially when we're competing with scalpers. I would love nothing more than just walk over to my shelf and pick up a box of Disney Lorcana and bring it home and open it up and get some cards that I want out of it. Can't do it right now. Everybody's too busy scalping it, so the community at large needs to just, hopefully this just goes away, and hopefully it corrects itself, and hopefully at the end of the day, just like it eventually did with Pokemon, but I do see in the foreseeable future, for the next year or two, this is what's gonna be, and it's so sad, it really is. So one thing I would say to the community out there, if you're a player of this game, buy singles. It's the best way to fight against the scalpers. If people want to just spend $500 plus, $400 plus on a booster box, God bless you, man, and that ain't for me. I'll go around TCG Player, and I'll buy singles. So that is going to do it for this video. I know a little bit of a long-winded video, something that I generally don't do, but I've been marinating on this for a while, and I wanted to sit down and just kind of talk about, again, the good, the bad, and the ugly about Disney Lorcana. If you guys think I'm right or wrong about anything that I said, feel free, drop it down in the comment section. Please do me a big favor too, if you made it this far into the video, please hit that like button. Hopefully too, if you're new here, I have gained your subscription. I really do appreciate all the support, you guys. I really enjoyed doing this. Again, just do a quick recap, by the way. Again, Disney Lorcana, the good, the bad, and the ugly. For the good, simplicity, iconic, good pull rates, good variety of products, which is something that I like. The bad, that it's just a Magic the Gathering knockoff, which it's not a terrible thing, but it is a bad thing. And of course, the prices are very bad as well right now, which is why, personally, buy singles. I wouldn't buy sealed product right now. Unless, of course, you can get it for MSRP. If you're fortunate enough for that, more power to you. And then, of course, the ugly, two things there. The company itself, Ravensburgers, just not prepared for this at launch. Really just ugly stuff from them. Hopefully they can correct that. And the community, and what I mean specifically the community is the scalpers and the content creators. People are just scalping it for either profits or money, or scalping it and buying it all up so they can just go home and make content. I would like to make more content from Disney Lorcana, which is why I'm going to be bringing you guys some deck profiles, some budget deck techs, because as much as I would like to just do unlimited booster box openings of Disney Lorcana, just can't afford it at these prices. That's why I bought the one box. I got my hands on 3 Illuminator Treasure Trove, open up one on the channel, open up 2 off of it. Hey, that's what that's the best I can do right now. So hopefully the community will correct itself, and what we're left over is just a lot of passionate Lorcana players that actually want to sit down, play the game, bring you guys like myself. I want to bring you guys some nice Lorcana content that isn't just booster box openings. I hope I can sit down with some of my friends, bring them onto the channel, have a little gameplay. But right now what I am seeing is just the same thing I saw a few years ago from Pokemon. Scalpers, 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 content creators, profit, seekers, scalpers. That's just not fun. Again, my opinion, and this is just my opinion, buy singles, go right to TCG Player, buy all the singles. I would not be buying at these ridiculously high prices, because then at that point, then the scalpers do win. I bought my one box again above the MSRP. I got as close to the MSRP as I can. I found the best deal I could. So I did want to buy one box and open it for you guys to see what's involved and see whether or not I like it, which, again, full disclosure, I do like Disney Lorcana. I do think it's a fun game. And hopefully, you guys have been able to find stuff at MSRP. Hopefully you guys do give Disney Lorcana. Hopefully Disney Lorcana, like I said, corrects itself. Hopefully these prices just come back down, man, so we can all enjoy it for what it's supposed to be. A fun card game. And that's going to do it for this video. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.